But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Hoshimachi Suisei slandered on YouTube. Rosemi 3D is back. Dearsqn talking about situation in Nijisanji and other VTuber news on this episode. Hololive's Hoshimachi Suisei was slandered, according to this post here, by someone from the Nijisanji mod team, like a mod of a liver. It was the work of Amamiya Kokoro's moderator, Ashki channel, etc. He's a YouTuber as well. VTuber, it seems like. Which sucks to have that kind of vitriol in the VTuber community. You should be a community, not a competition, not slandering each other, not hating each other, not competing, like competing to drop someone else down. You don't do that kind of stuff. That's not what you do in the community. Could not find any EN news covering it, but the title translation is pretty clear. Another day, another L. If it isn't banned, please share Nijisanji sub. They did. Kokoro should get a new mod. You don't just slander someone at a top VTuber in Japan and live to tell the tale. So someone was talking smack about Suisei. And it turns out to be Nijisanji Liver's manager? No, not a manager. It's a mod. Also fairly well known Pokemon VTuber. PokeTuber Amamiya modded when he popped up in her chat and she played a Pokemon game. Sword and Shield. Sadly, in the Japanese has no subtitles. I'll wait for False ID to cover it if it's really worth covering by him. I don't fully know what happened or what slander is about, but if by your title it is the work of the mods, not the talent. But yeah, another week, another controversy. It's probably a nothing burger, but I'm still going to cover it because like over here on the Nijisanji subreddit, they still allow it as of this 2 hours ago. There's a story that popped up. This story here that we're going to go over. It said you need some balls of steel to harass Suisei Japan or be an absolute effing idiot. He's been busy deleting his past tweets, which I have there. One of the tweets that he wrote was, I was disgusted by the collaboration between Hololive and the Idolmaster, but I'm glad it was criticized as I thought it was. They should implement a feature to exclude Holo from all this game. They're not going to do that. Holo's a humongous organization, so they're not going to do that. The rest is mostly criticism of Holo or creepy S remarks about Pokemon and the liver. Sorry, just one part. And here is the big story that we are moving on to. Here's a story that was on p2y.en. It's like a Japanese publication. It says, is a slanderer of Hoshimachi Suisei a moderator of Nijisanji VTuber Amamiya Kokoro? One of the persons who made allegedly slanderous remarks against VTuber Hoshimachi affiliation Hololive Suisei has come under criticism for possibly being a moderator for the talent Amamiya Kokoro of the VTuber group Nijisanji, operated by Any Color. This time, the slanderous act against Hoshimachi Suisei was confirmed by Ashki, a Pokemon YouTuber. Ashki was criticizing Hoshimachi Suisei's collaboration with the project with the game Idolmaster Cinderella Girls Starlight Stage, and also pointing out that he had made a tweet that could be considered slanderous to Suisei. It has been pointed out that Ashki may have made a post or a tweet that could be considered slanderous to Hoshimachi Suisei as of 10/20 March 23rd. Some of the following posts have been deleted. One of them is, I'm glad the collaboration between Idolmaster and Hoshimachi Suisei was rough as expected because I thought the content was pretty disgusting, even as a regular VTuber. I wish they'd give themselves the ability to turn off collaboration completely in the game, and if they turn it off, they'd get the jewels or something. This person really doesn't like Hoshimachi Suisei or Hololive. It's really weird when people get this aggressive, but parasocialism and fandoms and stuff like that can do that. Also been confirmed that Ashki has long been engaged in language and behavior that is suspected of slandering Hololive production, to which Hoshimachi Suisei affiliates. In addition, Ashki has been criticized in the past for problematic behavior towards VTubers, including inappropriate behavior at a competition with Yumasaki Kaede, the Game Club Project affiliation in 2019, which led to criticism from the group's operator, Unlimited, now Brave Group. And here's the post in Japanese. One of the reasons for the criticism of Ashki's words and actions is that Ashki is seen as possible moderator for Nijisanji talent Amamiya Kokoro. On December 4th, 2022, Cover Corporation, which operates Hololive Production, and Any Color Inc., which operates Nijisanji, issued a joint statement on anti-slander measures. However, the reason is that if a person with a special relationship to Nijisanji, such as a moderator or one of its talents, were to engage in slanderous acts against Hololive Production or its talents, it would not be limited to slanderous acts by a single individual, but could develop into a problem between companies or organizations. Here's their message. Here's the YouTube link to that message. Hoshimachi Suisei has been slandered in the past by those who appear to be part of Nijisanji, followers, and many proofs such as slander have been reported by volunteers. Please make sure to check not only this article, but also primary information provided by the talent themselves, their agencies, groups, and companies. And if you see any malicious information or slander, please report it to aforementioned contact. And that's the end of this thing. It's basically please contact them for any slander type stuff and the Suisei channel. And I believe that's it. That's it for this specific story that we know of. Of course, everything can develop differently. There can be more developments popping out. But yes, Hoshimachi Suisei has been slandered, at the very least, in what is considered in Japan as slander, which is written by a orbiter of Kokoro. It's not Kokoro's fault. Abemiya Kokoro. It is the fault of the person doing these things. And of course, I'm not going to have the talents be blamed for any of this because it's not a talent's fault. But they should divest themselves from it. They should basically push them away, make a statement. It's like, we do not accept these type of acts, that type of thing. And here are all of his posts in regard to Suisei and other things that popped up in other livers from other companies. And if he's had inappropriate acts with other livers and things like that, that should also be looked at. We should also kind of hold them responsible for that type of thing. I do think that that is probably a best move for both Nijisanji and Hololive in this case. Here we have the VNU situation where they wrote something out. They actually had the gall to think that this was a good move. They actually had the gall to think that this was something that they were going to be winning with, but they're not. So what they're saying here is, I can't read it too well. So here we go. It reads it better here. What's happening is we would like to announce the termination of our talent contact with Amano Serafi as of March 18, 2024, and share with you the sequence of events that led to this decision. In January 2023, a 3-year exclusive contract was signed by mutual consent between VNU and Serafi. In March of the same year, she made a debut as a member of VNU's Gen 2 Solstice. Serafi had since been a valued talent and member of VNU. She was paid considerable support money for 10 months. This is where that 450k happened, including her training period. She was also provided with time off on request and was offered continuous support with her activities as a content creator. Looking back, it has not always been easy for us to work with her, as we had to change and reassign her new manager 4 times to meet her needs, but we believed it was all part of the process. However, on February 2nd, 2024, Serafi requested the early termination of her contract with by compensation. Basically, what they're claiming is that she wanted to terminate her contract on February 2nd with compensation, her compensating them for the time and money that they spent. According to them, she denies this as far as I'm concerned. As far as I can remember, she denies this whole part. It is not, it is one-sided on this whole thing. In response to Serafi's request, we brought up concerns about a financial burden that could be put on her when offering compensation for early termination. I don't believe this one bit. We asked if she was open to negotiation, but she was firm in her decision. I understand that part because she didn't want to negotiate staying with the company because she wanted to be out. After that, Serafi officially asked us to give her an estimate of the amount she may have to pay to terminate the contract in compensation for our loss and damages. We accordingly gave her a calculated amount and with a full breakdown. My assumption on this whole situation is that Amano Serafi was going based on the contract before she talked to a lawyer. She was going based on what the contract was saying, that you needed to compensate. Kind of like what the Nijisanji contract says, that you need to compensate if you need to leave. If you are going to leave early, you need to compensate them as well. So she was going based on that contract, which as far as I can remember, her saying it is not enforceable, at least not in the US. So that kind of penalty is not enforceable, as far as I can remember. Despite voluntarily requesting the procedure for termination and compensation, February 28th, Serafi informed us that she would stop communicating with us. She added that she was not obligated to pay the amount and that the future communication should be made through legal action. My assumption here as well is that once she saw the huge number, 450k plus, she probably talked to a lawyer and was like, can they do this? Can they request all of this stuff? And the lawyer was like, no, you can't. So that was done. After our unexpected response, we had internally discussing ways to resolve the issue amicably. We also had not pursued any form of legal action or officially charged Serafi with the amount that was discussed. However, since our last interaction, she has engaged in public online activities that have been damaging to the talents and the company. Most of her claims are exaggerated and misleading. She gave us no choice but to terminate her contract and pursue legal action for the breaches she made since cutting off communication with us, including NDA violations and making false claims. A lot of that is unenforceable in the US. Of course, false claims they can try, but they have to sue her in the US. We hope this announcement can prevent further speculation and misunderstanding about the situation. On April 18, 2024, all content on Serafi's channel will be switched to private, and all of Serafi's social media accounts will be closed. We apologize for any inconvenience or concern caused, blah, blah, blah. Next, we have a notice on refunds. VNU Entertainment, we would like to inform you about the refunds to super chats, super stickers, channel memberships, and merch purchases that have been made for Amano Serafi's channel from December to March. Why refunds are being issued made since December 2023. Usually takes 2 months for the revenue generated on a channel to be reflected in a talent's monthly payment because it goes through both YouTube and internal payment processes. The revenue generated on Serafi's channel in November 2023 has been properly processed and reflected on Serafi's monthly payment in January 2024. However, the processing for December has not been done yet, apparently. Serafi's channel memberships was disabled as of our previous announcement. As a result, memberships for February and March were automatically refunded in accordance to YouTube's policy. Memberships for December and January will be refunded manually by VNU. How to request a refund? Please fill out and submit the form. By April 21st, we will issue refunds altogether. Estimated date of refund will be late April, early May. Merch refunds is made to order and cannot be refunded because production was already begun. Orders for solstice anniversary stuff can still be canceled. So here they're saying they're going to be taking away like 2 months of her actual income. And I don't know why. I don't know if that's legal, but I don't think she wants to pursue that. I think she just wants to be done with this. And I don't blame her for wanting to be done with this. It is just, they're trying to fix a situation that as of right now, they're not making any better. By saying they're going to be taking away 2 months of her income, December and January. Let's say, February, let's say that one's just done because she was going to be gone. But December and January are 2 months that she actually worked and she deserves that income. But they're taking that away from her. That is BS. Like I said, I think she can technically sue for that. But will she? I doubt it because it's just, it's a big issue going on. I highly doubt that will happen. She just wants to move on and do alien mixture as she has been doing right now. So popped up that is talking about Dearsqn. What she found out after leaving Nijisanji that left her in a little bit of trauma, which weighed extremely heavily on her. Not only that, that company made her undervalue herself after leaving. So this is Dearsqn, like I said.
I feel more confused than I than I did when I first came. And I don't know, I just have been feeling kind of really lost. Sorry, I don't mean to oh god, I'm getting into the serious bits. Soul searching. Yeah, kind of soul searching. Because a lot had happened and I don't know. Something I don't know how much I want to say about this, to be honest. I guess the way I'll word it is I found something out after I left my previous job and it kind of left me feeling a little, I think traumatized is too great of a word, but
I wonder what it was.
I think I'm gonna delete this Twitter space afterward. But yeah, it's been weighing extremely heavily on me. So sorry, I don't usually like talking about this kind of stuff at all. But I have been kind of holding onto it. But yeah, so just a little bit of trauma. But yeah, I just feel, I don't know, I feel kind of just really lost and don't know what to do and don't feel like I belong anywhere and kind of yeah.
Yeah, that laugh seems kind of like a sad laugh, seems kind of like a laugh of someone who is hurt. I don't know exactly what is going on, like what it was, but it seems like it's very, very bad to make her almost say that she's traumatized. Says no one talked good about the Nijisanji after leaving, literally everybody talked S about it. Then there's Millie's #1 bootlicker. Not only that, the company's giving them an image where the talents are nothing without them. 2 theories to explain Millie's behavior. Management at any level gives her preferential treatment. 2, deep down, she knows the bad company she works for is. She doesn't want to admit it and lose all of her stuff she's worked over the 2 years to achieve. So she's gaslighting herself into thinking that the company is good as a coping strategy. And we continue with the comments responding to this. Don't feel like I belong anywhere kind of imply that cliques are there and she can't fit in any group. There are only a handful of ambitious talents in Niji-en, for example, Selen, Yugo, and Pomu. The others just ride the wave with no real direction or goal whatsoever. When an ambitious person is grouped with a group that contains mostly unambitious people, it certainly will make them feel like a strange one, and it will make them attack. It will make them go aggressive. It'll make them do things that really shouldn't be done, like maybe bullying or harassment. It can do that. It can also make unambitious people feel jealous and angry when they get constantly compared to the more successful ones, because they don't want to be put in the effort. They just want to coast along because they're too used to doing only what they see as necessary. Everything above that is a nuisance to them. And that is the way that I think is going right here. I think she hit a brick wall with what is, again, narrative. This is a rat. This is a theory. Going against Illyra, because she was, Illyra doesn't seem to be too ambitious, but Pomu was. So that's one of those things that can make someone angry, bitter, whatever you want to call it, and get it to the point that they get aggressive with you. Again, this is my little rat. Some people may say putting salt in the wound, but it's just a comparison, a legit comparison that can happen nowadays, which is the super chats for Koseki Bijou, which was on Hololive. It was extracted in real time. She made 667,000 yen, which is $4,000. A total of over 1 million yen, which is 1 million yen is about 6,600 bucks. So she made about $6,600 on this whole thing, more than a lot of what Petra did and Rosemi did. It's quite sad to see 2D lives earn less than a normal gaming stream. 2 3D lives earn less than a normal gaming stream. And I can understand that point. But then again, Bibu is one of the many diamonds in the rough. So yeah, she's getting a lot of popularity. She's part of Advent. So that could be one of the explanations of it. Could just be because of the boycott that a lot of people are having with Nijisanji. They just don't want to deal with that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm still like having the comparison, because it's also very important to see all sides. Hex Haywire got a bit of a jump scare today, or whenever he did this stream. He found dokibird, the one who is pretty much making them all look bad, and did make them look bad since the Nijisanji thing happened, and also is doing extremely well right now, actually, which I applaud her for. She recently she covered some advice on what new VTubers should do. She also played Shadows of the Colossus, the new PS5 version. And she's in Chilla's Arts, which I've played before. I played the one that was like The Office, the one where you go through different levels of Office and, clear things. I played the one where you're a VTuber and, you have stalkers. I played that one. I might be playing this one too, this Shinkansen, the new one. And this is where I'm pretty sure he got jump scared. And I'll show you what it was. It's this. I took this from another stream that someone else did. It's dokibird. It has a dokibird right there. And if you can find her, then yes, you're very welcome to find her. She is the tomato, of course, being a tomato in a skin suit. She's a tomato in a skin suit. So underneath that dokibird look is a very happy, very sarcastic tomato. So they because of that lore, Chilla's Arts put dokibird in a salad there. So that is awesome. That is amazing. That is just great. And of course, Hex Haywire got jump scared by that. I'm reacting to everything that I had just talked about. And I don't have the sound. Let's see what he reacts to, how he reacts to this. Finding dokibird in a game. Dokibird is Selen, of course, a former liver with Nijisanji.
Different VTubers. Hello VTuber. Hello VTuber. Hello VTuber. Hello VTuber. How many of them are there?
He didn't even take a look at it.
Hundreds of them.
He is
thousands of them even.
Looking at them from far away. So he didn't even look at it. He just kind of saw it.
This is the skin of a VTuber.
And he didn't even look. He didn't even actually.
Okay, this is going to be
do anything with it. Well, I don't think we can take anything bigger from that. He just said VTuber, and he moved on. So I don't think we can take anything bigger than that. Maybe he knew Doki was going to be in there and other VTubers, and in order for it to not look weird, he may have just not looked at any of them, or he may just have not actually cared at all. That's another theory. He may not have just cared at all about that, and just been like, yeah, they're just VTubers. I'm not going to go after every single one. It's going to be a waste of time, and then just moved on. It could be, innocuous maybe. Maybe. That is all we had to watch today. Thank you for watching with me. Of course, comment down below if you so see something that you are questioning about, you want to know a little bit more about, you have any kind of constructive criticism about me in particular, anything like that, let me know. As well as all my socials are down below, including my Discord server, which is a nice place for you to be, nice chilling place, and any videos that you see on the screen that you may be interested in. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.